went to companies run by its founders. Our next guest says what's long been expected has now been proven true. Let's bring in the president of District Media Group, Beverly Hallberg. Beverly, thanks so much for being here. So when you look at the money and the amount that went to the founders, is this just how D.C. works, or is this a special case with the Lincoln Project?
I think this is a special case. We're looking at over $50 million of the $90 million that they raised going to their firms. We know that roughly a third of this money, the $90 million, was spent on paid advertising. The question is, with so much of it going directly to these firms, how exactly do they answer their donors, who asked them to go out and attack Donald Trump and attack Republicans, which they did, but they also lined their pockets at the same time. And of course, this is coming at the same time that you have the sexual harassment allegations against their co-founder, John Weaver. I think this group has a lot to answer for, because one of the big narratives of the Lincoln Group was that they held themselves as the Republicans that were principled, that they were different than Donald Trump. They were different than other Republicans. And now we're seeing these two scandals, one with the money and also one with the sexual harassment allegations. And I think they have a lot to answer for.
Beverly, they were all about accountability, right? But ultimately they were an anti-Trump group. Why are we learning about all of this now, when much of this was sort of an open secret? Reporters would have known it. People were talking about it, but they had another job to do through November.
Yeah, this has been a well-known secret in Washington, D.C. for years, that there have been these sexual harassment allegations against their co-founder. But even with these rumors swirling around, you had them being lauded as trailblazers by many in the media on MSNBC and on CNN. Even in October, there was a fluff piece that 60 Minutes did on this group right before the election. And of course, after these rumors were already circling about. So here's what I want to know, whether it's the scandal of the Lincoln Project, the scandal with Andrew Cuomo and the nursing home deaths, even the scandal with Hunter Biden and the laptop, is why is the media abdicating its duty? It seems to me they are working hand in hand with anyone who has the same goal as them, and that is giving them a platform if they're against Republicans, and especially in 2020 if they were against President Donald Trump.
Of course, Beverly, and a lot of the co-founders of the Lincoln Project, also regulars and or contributors at MSNBC, held up as part of the conversation as well. They were happy to use them when they were useful for their perspective. Now they're happy to get rid of them once there's a pesky detail that everybody knew.
Yeah, and let's look at the timing as well. When these stories are coming out or being made public, even when it comes to Andrew Cuomo and the nursing home deaths, as you know, Fox News' own Janice Dean has been hammering on that issue for months. It comes after Joe Biden is inaugurated as president. So I think we have to be looking at the timing, which is suspect. It seems when it doesn't serve the media's purpose anymore to rail against Republicans and rail against President Donald Trump, they're more than willing to throw their own under the bus. And I think that's what we're seeing at this time.
Makes you think there might just be an agenda behind it all. Beverly Hallberg, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.